welcome to today's live free tarot session. I'm the Urban Seer and I go live every Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, offering clarity and guidance through the cards. A warm hello to everyone in the chat. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're not, I hope that today's session brings you some peace and comfort. As always, for a free reading, please check out the pinned comment for instructions. There is a new updated system, so just check it out again. There's a quick form to fill in there, which will pop you on the list. If you'd like something more detailed and want to jump the queue, you can find my PayPal link in the pinned comment as well. 3, 5 or 7 card readings are available. And for those who do prefer a private reading, details and links to that are also included in the link pop link. So private readings come with a 48-hour turnaround for a personalised and focused session. But let's dive in and see what the cards have in store for everyone today. Hey guys, so I've got my list here. For anyone interested as well, I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. And first up on the list we have Anne Franklin. So everyone guys as well who would like a free reading, the system has changed. Please check out the pinned comment for instructions. I'm just going to start shuffling the cards to get the energy going, as Anne Franklin is first on the list. If you are here, my dear, please post your question. Thanks, Anne. So Anne asks, what major changes can I expect in my life over the next 6 months? Okay, so that obviously would be hard to cover in one card, Anne. But let's see what's come through, because it may tell us what it will most likely bring through is what's the most significant, okay? If it'll be money related, work related, love, etc, etc. It doesn't mean that this is the only major change, okay? Travel lover, you are on the list. So at the minute, the list is, just before I read for Anne, so I've got Anne Franklin, Tia Bia, travel lover, Kristen, Conla, clean music lover, and Janelle. That's who I have on the list at the moment. So just wait to be called and hold your question. Thank you. So Anne, let's see what comes through. Major changes. Spirit, what major changes can Anne expect in the next 6 months? Ace of Pentacles. So this is some kind of fresh start and a new offering. Because it is Pentacles, it was interesting when I was shuffling, because the aspect of money, work, how you interact with the material world came to mind. It was almost the first thing that did rise up. And this Pentacles being this offering, this new beginning that will be presented to you, that will then lead on to, obviously then we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three. It's like it's the very first step, it's the potential. So if you've been wanting to grow, if you've been looking to ways to increase your finances, if it's about, it could be about a promotion, a pay rise, a new job entirely, wherever you feel that you want that energy to shift as well, Anne. It could even be about a new move, even if that was something that you were looking for, the beginnings of you know, a house offer, for example, the building blocks for that. So if you tap into it, but it's all in that area around Pentacles, so around money, like I say, how you meet the material world. And it's a very bright offering. It will usher in positive change for sure. More abundance, more wealth, more success in this area. So this is what's come through. It feel like it's connected to a long-held dream as well, because this cloud here just jumps out to me and speaks to me about a dream that you've had and hoped for, maybe for some time, and you make a significant inroad into this, and there's a shift that basically essentially gets you on the right path. So I hope that resonates. Let me know. So Lola, if you'd like to be added to the list, check out the link in the pinned comment. That goes for everyone else as well. So we have Tia Bia next, my dear. If you want to post your, if you could post your question. You're welcome, Anne. So Tia asks, hi, an energy check-in between me and the Leo situation, please. Did anything change? Let's have a look to see what's going on currently, okay, Tia? What is the Leo thinking or feeling about this situation, this connection right now, please, Spirit? I remember we had Page of Cups last time, if I'm right. Here he is contemplating. Three of Wands. He's thinking about the next move, I think, TB, how to move forward. He's in a pause state at the minute. We see standing, waiting. This card as well, it does, so it's about looking to the future with this, the Three of Wands. It's about looking to the future, imagining that future, imagining that, looking out onto the horizon and mulling over in a way what you want, what your ambitions are, what your passions are. Wands is about passions, heart's desires, etc., etc. It's also about this card, so it, like the traditional deck, it has in this image here the ships coming in, which is about what they desire and what they want. That book goes in and out of clarity a lot with this Leo about what actually it is that they truly want. I don't feel like I've ever got a full picture. You know, the feelings for you are real, and that at times I think that he does want that long-term relationship and that fulfillment, and then this in-out energy comes through, yeah. And the kind of playboy, the Knight of Wands energy comes in. But here he is, waiting, contemplating, actually taking a moment, I would say, TB, to think about things. And there's a stillness in his energy at the minute, and he is thinking about his next move and how he wants to move forward. This ship's coming in, I feel like it could be a kind of a desire and a hope for wanting you to reach out. I don't know when you last did. I'm not saying that you should do that. I think holding the boundary, both in agreement that holding that boundary with this type of energy of this person is the best move forward. But I think for him, it's understandable, he would still like that energy for you to keep coming towards him, yeah. We've seen that you withdrawing in the past, withdrawing your energy and stepping back has got him wondering, and it's a shift and it's a change, yeah, that doesn't sit that comfortably with him. So I hope that resonates. But nice to see he's actually thinking about things rather than just rushing forward from one thing to the next, like how sometimes his energy feels. Just hopping about from one thing to the next without really thinking. Tia says you're definitely not reaching out, lol. Yeah. I'm glad you feel strong in that. So next on the list, yes, travel lover, my dear. You're welcome, Tia Bia. Tia Bia asks, what is the energy around sea thoughts about contacting me? Let's have a look. Spirit, please do give us an energy check-in. Steve's current thoughts around contacting travel lover, please, Spirit. Interesting. I feel like with this Hierophant, it's like that it's still somehow the pressure and the expectation still sits with you, travel lover. There's somehow the Hierophant is kind of in a leadership role, as someone who's in control. I feel like this is your energy. And I don't know if this has been the dynamic in the past, where that you've had to do a lot of the heavy lifting and the taking the risk and reaching out, etc., etc., always been the one to reach out. And when this came through, I still felt like that was the setup. It's almost like, because the Hierophant is about routines and it's about rules as well. And what in this context, what came through, it was almost like maybe this is channels that how things have always worked, and that hasn't shifted. So let me know if I'm right on that, if that resonates for you. There's something about you being the one who sets the tone, that reaches out, that maybe suggests things to do or places to go in the relationship. So they're still kind of looking to you. But I feel like obviously the effort and the energy really needs to come from them, because I know that I don't know when the last time that you connected and reached out to them, but if there's been an imbalance here about you always having to be the one to kind of make things happen and keep this connection going, and there needs to be something coming from him, but that hasn't changed yet on his part. I feel like this is, even though it's two people here, I feel like this is represents his energy looking to you for like, what's the next move? How you feel about that, obviously that's on you and your personal choice. But it feels like I say, traditional roots of how your relationship has always gone, and maybe that's what needs to change. Yeah, that's what needs to be different. So take that information and do with that as you will. Yeah, he wants you to chase, exactly, and you don't want to. So that's still what the energy is coming forward with. He wants you to do the heavy lifting, and really what we need to see is a shift in him to make that effort and take the risk. That could change, of course, but that's the current energy. It's hard to change old habits, yeah, and things that have set up, for sure. So I hope that offered you some insight, some clarity, travel lover. Next on the list we have Kristen. Christine Conler, if you want to post your question, my dear. Hi, Kristen. Kristen asks, my ex-A, does he still love me? So I don't do yes/no questions, but I can certainly do an energy check-in. Is this a no contact situation, Kristen? Let's see what his thoughts and feelings are towards you. Eight of Swords, sorry. Yes, no contact. So they are about this breakup, about when they say think of you and their energy towards you. I feel like they sort of feel literally like sort of tied up in knots about this. So how things came to an end has left them with some bad feelings. I feel like some guilt even as well comes through here. If they've expressed that or not, probably not, but they feel it. This is something that they probably keep to themselves, that they are in knots about this, because the Eight of Swords is about being in your head. It's about feeling quite angst ridden, really, like some anxiety and some worry about it, okay? And they're blindfolded. Really, this is like a self-imposed prison. Whenever I see the Eight of Swords, that's what this message is. This person has kind of put themselves in a self-imposed prison. So if it's like that their own insecurities maybe was detrimental to this connection, and that's what brought this down, or some of their actions, some things that they said, some things that they did that really kind of hurt this connection and maybe brought it to a close. And I feel like they do have some understanding of this, Kristen, that they messed up, that it left them with a not feeling good about themselves kind of vibe, okay? Now, if they were to kind of take this blindfold off and face the situation for more what it truly was, take the blindfold off, kind of face the situation, maybe have had more of a conversation with you, with clarity, etc., to gain some clarity. Even if this relationship wasn't going to move forward, it would have given you both some more closure and some more clarity. Or you may have been able to navigate your way through whatever issues that you had if they were able to have communicated better, okay? Because Swords is all about communication. It's about speaking your truth. It's about being honest and having those kind of difficult conversations. And if you're not able to find the courage to kind of find those words, then, you know, this is when relationships can begin to break down, and we can hurt each other more by burying our heads in the sand, by blindfolding ourselves. And then we're kind of left in this strange place where something hasn't worked out and we don't even know why. So they feel mixed up about it, and I feel like they don't feel good about how it ended. But the way forward, they would need to find some courage to speak out more and have a conversation with you, I feel like, Kristen. At the minute, can you see how literally frozen to the spot and stuck they are in regards to this? They are still closed off and still burying their head in the sand, you know, staying blindfolded. Only they can kind of set themselves free from this. So I hope that resonated. Gives us insight for sure about where they're at with regards to their feelings towards you. I would say that, you know, this has kind of messed them up in a way and got them in their feelings. For sure they do care, if there's any concern about if you care, but there's something about their own issues that are seriously standing in their way still that we see. So next on the list we have Clean Music Lover. Please hold your questions until you're called. If you do want a free reading, just check out the pinned comment. You're welcome, Kristen. So Clean Music Lover, please post your question. So Divyansha, just hold your question until you're called. It just clogs up the chat. Thanks, Tia. So I'll just see if Clean Music answers. If not, Tia is booked a reading, so that is obviously takes priority and includes a queue jump. So I'll just check that out now. It's like trying to get into Fort Knox, trying to get into PayPal every time. It's ridiculous. Thanks, Delaney, you are on the list. So I'll read for Clean Music because I'd already called them, and then TB I will get to your reading. I'm just seeing. And I've got your question there. Thanks, Tia. So, as I'd already called Clean Music Lover, I'll read for Clean Music Lover next, and then we'll go to Tia's booked reading. Thanks, Tia. So, Clean Music asks, why isn't Cameron talking to me? He will walk past me and not speak. So, Clean Music, can you tell me a little bit more about the relationship that you have with Cameron? The more context, as always, guys, the more context you can give me, the better reading, the more personalised and better reading that you'll receive. It allows me to connect with you and the people involved. Just a crush, okay. Let's have a look at Cameron's energy towards you. I feel like this is your energy. This is you having, oh, you can't see it because of this light. I'm just going to move that. this is your energy, Queen of Cups here, having these feelings, and this is the crush here, Cameron. But Spirit, please tell me about Cameron and the silence, I mean, the Hanged Man, this is about, the Hanged Man is feeling, this is his energy, okay, Cameron's energy. Feeling uncomfortable, feeling stuck in some ways. Are you able to, have you tried talking to him and reaching out to him? Because I feel like there's his energy, like I say, he's kind of stuck. The Hanged Man is someone who's not able to make changes or make moves for some reason. I don't know if it's just that they have kind of retreated, and they've kind of, maybe there's even some shyness or reservation here. Circumstances have changed, and for some reason they don't feel like they're able to reach out to you. Could be things that, I don't know if they're in a connection with someone else, if that's changed, and then if this was flirtatious by nature, that then they felt like they've had to put an end to that. That could be one aspect of it. Or whenever the communication stopped, something, obviously we see a Hanged Man, so it's like they're tied to the tree, they're upside down, they feel kind of uncomfortable. There's an uncomfiness about speaking to you now, feeling self-conscious, feeling, it's not that they don't want to, but it kind of makes them feel self-conscious for some reason now. I don't know how much that you've tried to reach out, if that's a way forward. I would kind of try to take more control of this situation, Clean Music Lover, and if you just to be quite direct and communicate to them. I don't see them being completely closed off to this. It's not like there's any ill feeling here or something like that. They may have just got in their head about it and feeling shy even. I would try to broach this situation further and see how they react to get more information, because it may just be something that you could just jump over, if that makes sense. If you can break the ice and break the tension that seems to have occurred, then that could move things forward for you and you can begin sort of communicating again. I hope that offered you some clarity. I'm now going to go to Tia Bea's reading. So this is a deeper look at the Three of Wands and regarding the Leo's intentions. So yeah, Clean Music, that could be, that obviously came through as part of the message, that now it's because he's connected with someone else, that would now feel uncomfy to talk to you if there was some kind of flirtation there between you and him, which I suppose is another answer of maybe that would be best not to reach out and engage with him then. You're welcome. Okay, so Tia, this is for you. Let's take a closer look at this Three of Wands. Ooh. Okay, so we're looking on this on a deeper level about the situation. The Chariot, that's interesting. Ace of Swords. Justice. Three major arcanas. So looking deeper on this situation, look at this, how we said the Three of Wands is about looking how to move forward to your beer. And here is the Chariot energy, which is actually him moving forward, okay? So there will be action and there will be movement here, okay? With the Chariot, once that they can get aligned or clear with that Three of Wands, I see them coming back through to you. This Ace of Swords, communication, coming again, sort of doubling down on this communication coming back through. The Swords is about that that kind of first step after this, what's gone down for you. So that Tower moment, you know, and the silence that has been since. This is, I'm hearing, like getting grips with the situation more. So it could be an interesting conversation that is coming through. Some honesty even from this as well, because it's swords, so it's about clarity, it's about honesty, and it's about that first step. And I always see this whenever I see an ace, the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Wands, it's like grasping the nettle. So this is positive movement, in the sense of that if this is what you're wanting, you know, if you're wanting to communicate with them and the energy to shift certainly from where you are now, then both these cards would suggest that is what is coming. And the Three of, like we said, that Three of Wands is the pause before the movement. It's getting aligned, and then we move forward with the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, moving forward to a conversation essentially. Now, interestingly, because this is directly their current energy, which is the Three of Wands, and then double down with this Justice energy, which is about having a fair outcome and you actually receiving a bit of justice here, Tia. So obviously the scales have been imbalanced, yeah, things were knocked out of balance. His behavior hasn't been fair. I think that's part of the contemplation of what he's going through now with this Three of Wands, and looking to the future and taking that pause. There was some kind of self-reflection, which I think that he hasn't done for some time. He's actually reflected on his own actions and his behavior really in this situation. I feel like it's finally actually catching up to him, maybe because you're holding the line as well of pulling your energy back, and you've kind of left this space where he's kind of been forced to reflect on what he's done, okay, and his actions. So this is hopeful as well. All this very kind of positives, if Tia, for you. Justice is about wrongs being righted. The Libra scales returning back, you know, leveling out. Like the actions, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is interesting. This is because this is a more stuck energy. We see him reaching out. We have some justice for you. Then Spirit, tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is kind of being scared about, it's almost like once he's made this move, and then we see some a hesitation. A hesitation here. This is all about, I think it's a bit like this, the fear factor of him knowing he needs to take an emotional risk. Needing to take a risk, but feeling very stuck and rooted to this spot. But this is the final outcome. Yes, justice. Hey, Janovi, 401 subscribers. Woo! Justice and judgment, exactly, TB. Judgment, this is like the future outcome. I'll get to this more once I've touched on this Four of Pentacles, but judgment is that, I feel like we've had this card come through for you before. It's obviously the card of karma. again, a kind of a fair outcome, and I think more him having this self-reflection and feeling bad about his behavior. And the work that you're currently doing, I believe, Tia, and have done in the past, but you holding this line is going to pay off for you, yeah? By making these right decisions, by doing what's right by yourself, by looking after yourself, by holding the line. This is going to have a positive outcome for you by holding strong, yeah? Like you say, having justice and judgment here both come through. I feel like it's his kind of bad karma, if you want to put it that way, actually coming round and biting him, I'll leave that there. So Divyansha is on the list, so no need to worry there. Divyansha did mention that before, so you just need to wait to be called. I'm going to ask one more card just about this Four of Pentacles, because this is in the likely actions. This is the outcome, so the outcome is ultimately is good, is positive, it is justice and judgment, so karma. Tell me about this kind of in the center of this moment of hesitation. Oh, but we have an Ace of Cups, so nonetheless there is a love offering coming back through, aligning with this Chariot and Ace of Swords. So maybe it's just a bit slow moving, maybe it's cautious, maybe it's, old habits die hard, Tia, for this Leo, who has obviously shown that he's got issues around commitment and being emotionally vulnerable, I would say, yeah. But this is really to say that it's okay, it's nothing too much to worry about. I did want to just zoom in on it a little bit more, if this was how big a red flag this was. I feel like with this Ace of Cups coming through, that's very reassuring. So this is likely actions, again, a love offering coming through from them. But with this, there's still this kind of holding back, I suppose, that comes with it. But I would say that's nothing too much to fixate on. But it's just like, change will take time, Tia, yeah? Change will take time. Old habits will die hard. But ultimately, this is a very positive reading. Movement forward, a love offering, Ace of Swords, just to recap, clarity, communication. And then we have justice and judgment, which is like fair outcome for you. Wrongs being righted. So watch this space. I would expect to hear from him, and be prepared maybe of how you would want to respond to that. I suppose it all depends with what he comes forward with. So I hope that offered you some clarity, some comfort, Tia. Hey, Danny baby. I hope you're well. I'm so glad that you made it. Yeah, new system, Danny. Just check out the pinned comment. There's a link, just so it automates a list for me. So I'll go back to the one card readings now. So we have Janelle 321. If you are still here, my dear. If anyone does want a Q jump, skip the line and book a deeper reading, link is in the chat or the pinned comment. You're very welcome. No problem, Danny. New system. You're welcome, Tia. So, right, Janelle, if you are still here, my dear, please post your question. And then we do have Divyansha next as well, if you want to go ahead and post yours. Thank you, Janelle. So Janelle, are you single, in a situationship? Like, the more context that you can give me, the better reading you will receive. It allows me, thanks Janelle, it allows me to connect with your energy and anyone around you. Thanks, Danny. I got your name. That's on. You're on the list. Yeah, Divyansha, you're on the list. So Janelle, yeah, just confirm. So Lola, you'll need to fill out the form if you would like to go on the list. It's in the pinned comment. Single for 4 years, Janelle. Okay, so let's see what's coming next in love. Spirit, what's happening for Janelle in her love life in the next few months? So I do 3 to 6 month timeline when we're looking ahead of the future. Thanks, Danny. Okay, Janelle. What is coming in love? Interesting. 7 of Swords. This is like, it feels like, tell me more about the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is like a kind of avoidant energy. Which is interesting. This I feel like this is your energy, and it's like trying to go under the radar, trying to get away from something. It could be about, I'll tell you what resonates here. I'm going to pull another card to get more clarity. Bringing up questions. So tell you what resonates with this, Janelle, about a certain maybe past hurts that need to be faced, that haven't been dealt with, that maybe make it hard for you to go into a new commitment, a new relationship. Putting yourself out there, just with the word that's come through with this being avoidant. Are you putting yourself out there in ways that, are you saying, you know, yes to events or yes to dates? Tell you what resonates with this, because you could, there's something, yeah, like I say, being avoided here. Something maybe from the past, because this woman is looking back. Is your heart still with someone else? And this is kind of closing you off to new love. Could be numerous things for personally what's gone on for you, okay? With just one card, there's only so much that we can kind of go into like this. But what comes up when I say kind of avoidant, when I say, but I am drawn to the fact that this woman is looking back. So it's something from the past. 7 of Swords can be, you know, about betrayals, about hurt, pain as well. Tell me more about this 7 of Swords, or what can change this, what can shift this. to help, Janelle? So you've done the shadow work and the self-focus. Okay, awesome. But you have gone on dates, so you have been putting yourself out there. Is there a connection from the past that is still looming? Okay. You will get the change and you will get the movement with this, the Chariot, okay? Because this is about forward motion. Moving forward, getting on track and feeling in a way more determined, I think, to kind of make this happen. It could be that there's a connection that a connection that sparks this in you as well. The Chariot is about being very focused and kind of switching from that hoping that something will happen into believing that it will happen. Okay, Janelle, that whatever kind of obstacles are in your path, that you can overcome them, okay? So this is either you getting very focused about there being an energy shift, like I say, an energy shift from hoping into actually believing that it will happen. It may be a specific person who comes through who makes you feel like this and finally get that shift and that forward motion that you've been wanting. It's almost like that connection hasn't been strong enough to really make you feel anything strongly enough to actually want to be able to look to the future or get forward motion. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a nice energy, which is just about focusing in a way on yourself and feeling good about yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is in that independent space of that they are happy with their own company. They are, you know, you may be successful in your career. This talks about financial stability, sort of focusing on your harvest and the understanding that you have a lot to offer, and that trying to suppose be in that place as well about like that it's not, your happiness isn't dependent on a relationship. So it's a hard balance to strike, that when you do want a relationship but also not to completely center your happiness around having a relationship. And this Nine of Pentacles is someone who is in that nice spot of being able to take what you know, yes, it's a nice extra thing to have in my life, but it's not the be all and end all. And then I feel like if we can arrive in this place, then this Chariot energy will come. Interestingly, of course, if we're kind of not in that sense of lack or grasping, then we're able to then kind of see more and get the movement that we want with this Chariot, being able to move forward and see more movement, which maybe we haven't. This Seven of Swords, like I say, it's maybe not fully clear as to what this energy is about, but it's like you said, you've done the shadow work, and you've released people from the past. But there is something, you know, I do just have to read the cards as they come through. And the Seven of Swords is about an avoidant energy and going under the radar and not facing up to certain pains or hurts from the past. But if you've done the work, then you could be transitioning into this Nine of Pentacles already, which is that being happy with your own company, being happy with your own space, building and putting energy into your own life. And then we can allow this Chariot energy and this movement, which will come through in the near future. Either you feeling that you're getting back out there confidently, or that you connect with someone, like I say, who makes you feel excited again that this is possible, to have this kind of a connection that has a future and has traction. So I hope that resonates, Janelle. Okay, I think I will, let me just see the list. Yeah, I'm going to close the list now. You're welcome, Janelle. Okay, so guys, this is the list. I hope this works. Yeah, there we go. Here's the list, guys, so you all know where we're at. So Divyansha is next. Awesome. Arjun's feelings and actions. Spirit. When was the last time that you communicated, Divyansha? Did you Izzy, just fill out the form? I'm not sure if you did. I know I did see your like before, so just fill out the form, and I can add you because I know you did post before. It's in the link is in the chat. Right, let's have a look at Arjun's energy. Arjun's feelings for Divyansha. Major Arcana. So Judgment, the card of karma. Again, this is about feeling the repercussions. Okay, Judgment is feeling the repercussions of what their behaviour was in the past, is where they're at, Divyansha. So it's quite a heavy, because it's a major arcana and it is Judgment, it's quite heavy feelings, a heavy card around it, okay? And so if they have done wrong in the past, if they didn't kind of step up, or if they let you down, I mean, tell you what resonates with this, of what brought this relationship to an end, to a close. But Judgment card is about reaping what you sow. So all depending on what their actions were in the past, if they kind of, like I say, often this card can be about if you don't do the work, if you don't step up, and then that ultimately kind of come into really the repercussions of that, okay? And that you can't, you know, that we don't, it can often seem like a lot that people are getting away with that. But if you kind of take a closer look at someone's life, and often you will see the cracks about if they don't do the work and don't step up, how the kind of relationships that they currently have are like maybe superficial and not very deep. They're not very supportive because they themselves are not open and doing the work to build relationships that really have value and really are strong connections. However, if you have done the work, you know, and you have, you know, made sacrifices or put a lot into relationships, then again, it can feel at the time, why am I doing this? Why am I putting all this energy and hard work into this connection? You know, for what? Sometimes it can feel like that. But by being honorable and by sort of standing by what you believe in, it's like that you do reap the benefits of that in a way, because you can have a clear conscience about what you've done and that you've stood by your truth, and it's very good for building personal power, and that the people that are in your life, that you're able to build strong relationships that actually are meaningful. So that's what's happening in this connection, okay? There is a issue of karma here, and on both sides there, with what you've done and what they've done, this is the question of what you've done in the past, the actions that you've done in the past. They are now reaping the benefits of that, be that good, be that bad. So that's where they're at. And I feel like that they have some kind of understanding and knowledge of that. So they may have regrets. They may feel bad about what they've done, but there isn't anything, in a way, it's kind of like that's done. I don't see this as something particularly good for either of you to revisit necessarily. I don't know if too much time has passed as well. It may be interesting, Divyanshu, to look at the question of why you are still hooked into this. You know, if we're looking back to December 2022, I don't know if there's communication still going on, but what is it about this connection it keeps hooking you back into this, to this connection? That may be the next steps, I think, Divyanshu. We've looked at this quite a lot. What is it about this connection that still is hooking you in? So Kristen, you tried to book a 3-card reading. How about, Kristen, have you tried the buy me a coffee link? It's not obviously ideal, but then that would be fine if you can't. I'm just going to put this link here. Well, it's the same link actually of that private one, but if you would just try here, then try the buy me a coffee one, Kristen. So it is free, Izzy. There is a link now for a free card reading. If you just go back into the chat, Izzy, you will find the link to the free card reading. I don't know if I'm going to have time now, to be honest, but so Delani, and so Kristen, just give me a shout if that works. And then we have Delani M next, if you were here. Thanks, Delani. Will Lewis, I'll be living together soon. So are you in a relationship, Delani? I'm assuming. Just tell me again, guys, the more context you can give me. The more context you can give me, the better reading that you'll receive. long distance. Okay, thank you. Let's have a look at this, the energy around moving in together. I don't do yes no questions, so I'm an energy reader. Look at the energy between you and a person, you and a situation, then that gives us insight and guidance, just so you know. "5 years, but I had to move away." Oh, that's difficult, Delani. I think long distance is so tricky. Let's see what the energy around this. Okay, so new information coming through regarding this Page of Swords. So I don't think this is necessarily either of your energies as such. I think it's the energy surrounding the situation of living together. But this Page of Swords is about information coming through that will inform your next steps. So if you have been waiting on an outcome of, I mean, it could be, I don't know what changes and steps that you are making in regards to this. If it was a new job, for instance, or a new property, a new house, you know, whatever it is that is kind of the next step, the next, you need a green light, I feel like, in some ways to bring change in the right direction now. Maybe you were feeling that, you know, this is, it needs to change now, okay? There needs to be a shift. And this Page of Swords is movement for sure, and is along the lines of information, communication, something coming through that will inform your next directions and next steps. So I don't know what, you know, if you are actively, I imagine that you are actively making steps, what would be the next shift? I mean, if you're not, then obviously this is encouraging you to do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, Lewis is waiting for a work cover claim before he can visit. So that's the most likely information to come through. So if that's what you're waiting on, then this is that information coming through. Now I'm going to ask one more, just of the nature of this information, just because I'm nosy. It's not going to tell me, apart from that, I suppose with the Eight of Swords, this is anxieties, worries, fears about managing them as best you can. I think as well what comes through with this is that this is, maybe there's a tendency, I don't know if you go here, Delani, about kind of worst case situations to try and pull your energy back from going there. I don't think that's productive. That's not helpful, obviously, to this situation. It's hard to manage our anxieties and manages our fears, but I feel like if you can try and keep yourself, like, whatever information comes through, it doesn't have, there will be another way, there will be other information, other steps. So if you both have this intention and movement of wanting this to happen, I believe that you can find a way, and try to hold on to that feeling and that mentality and that spirit. I imagine that maybe waiting on this information, it could feel very like life and death kind of situation. And it can be easy to spiral into, if this doesn't happen, then you know that's it, when actually there are other ways, you know, twists and turns that we can take to try and find a way. So try, if you manifest as well, try to stay in that high vibe, that mentality, just to protect your own energy really as well, of not spiraling. Okay, so next we have Anne. If you want to post your question, my dear. So for those who are left on the list, we have, just so we know where we're at, we have Anne, Janavi, Danny Baby, Lola and Aniket. Okay, so Anne, just an update. You're welcome, Delani. Anas, just an update. I had to turn Jedin's proposal. I had to turn down Jedin's proposal down due to unforeseen circumstances. Oh, wow, okay. I was wondering if there are any blocks or patterns I need to work through to attract true love. Interesting question, Anne. I'm sorry to hear that, Anne. I hope you're okay with regards to that. I don't know how you feel about that. Relief, disappointment, both. So let's see, is there any blocks or patterns you need to work through to attract true love? I would say no, Anne. This is not something on your side. Like, you aren't doing anything wrong. You aren't. This is your King of Cups, which is really nice. I feel like we've seen this in the past as well. Was it? They came through as. It came through as the Knight of Cups, which I think that you got twice. But this is the King of Cups of, yeah, they are on their way to you, and it keeps coming through. It's a beautiful energy. It's very reassuring. And I feel like that you get a very clear message a lot from Spirit. There's like a clear line of communication. I don't know if you pray or meditate a lot as well, but I feel like that's something that you could tap into to bring you peace as well, that you have a close connection to. We all have a connection to Spirit, yeah, but there's it's almost like you've got a direct line of communication here. So this is your King of Cups on their way to you. Okay, Anne. So in answer to your question, I feel like you're doing all the right things, making all the right steps, putting yourself out there, saying yes to connections that you may make and seeing where they're leading, being true to yourself. If you believe in manifestation, then it's about keeping high vibe, you know, as well, and trusting. I think that's the only thing, Anne, that I would lean into, is to believe and to trust, and try to take peace and try to breathe a sort of sigh of relief in a way, knowing that this King of Cups is on their way to you. Energetically, they're, you know, they're already out there, like you're already connected to them, and it's just divine timing that will bring you closer and closer together. You obviously maybe have to go through these twists and turns of connections that come through and aren't right, and then they'll move out. So keep trusting yourself, okay, just like you did with this situation with Jedin, that you trusted your intuition, you did what was right for you, and you moved through. And each step, each time that you do that, that will bring you closer to your King of Cups. So keep doing what you're doing, and that's what I would say. But really nice message. So I'm just having a look at the chat here, would GPay, that's something that I could look into. Guys, if that would be easier for you, for those of you who are based in India, if you want to let me know, I can see how, if that's possible. That's not something that I've heard of before, but I can certainly look into that and pop it into my link pay option, maybe. You're welcome, Anne. So yes, exactly, yeah. You're very much, I can't speak, you're very welcome. So guys, those based in India, let me know about GPay. Is this something that you guys need, something that you want? But yeah, Kristen, keep me posted. Normally I don't have any issues. Let's say Janavi's based in India. Normally don't have any issues with PayPal. Does it say, what was the area that you were getting, Kristen? But I'll keep going with the questions, so because I'm just conscious of the time. So Janavi asks, regarding Akshay, what's her intentions towards their situation? I had those same feelings, thoughts too, regarding if the child was a strategy, Janavi, yes. To fast track the wedding, etc. Let's see her intentions now. Okay, Kristen, no problem. Okay, interesting, Janavia. The Star card, Major Arcana, so her intentions. I mean, the Star card is about her dream, I guess. Her wish. And wanting that, really, I suppose, wanting that marriage, wanting a connection, wanting the family, really, in essence, to have it all. Tell me more about this Star. I mean, I don't know obviously the how it all began with them, Janavi, but maybe it was just like this is something that she'd wanted, okay, and then this was an opportunity that came through to her, that flowed into her existence, into her energy field, and for wrong or for right that she took it. I know in the past that we've seen like a lot of strategy from her. And I keep hearing it was her dream, it was her wish. Janavi says, something doesn't feel right. He was asking her for commitment. She was not giving. Then suddenly she comes in with kid news. They marry in a hurry. Okay, right. So I didn't know that history. Yeah, that is a strange. I'm going to pull one more card just on that. He was her second option. Oh, right, okay. She mainly wanted some other guy, I think. Okay, and it didn't work out, right. So that was maybe the asking for commitment and she was not giving. I suppose what overrode this was her, so yeah, the guy, it didn't work out with who she wanted, but she decided, or that she was, I know that we've seen in the past, fearful of, you know, losing out on this happening for her completely, was like a bigger fear. Okay, one more please. Judgment. Seeing this card, this is like being the day of Judgment Day. I feel like Spirit has brought this through to say, that isn't this strange? It almost looks like this woman's like holding a baby there to me, just in this card today. I feel like that karma is at play here. So whatever's it will come out, I guess. Karma will have its day. Karma will have its way with this situation in the end. So again, reaping what you, like we'd mentioned about this card before, but this is about reaping what you sow. So the decisions that you've made along the way, and I feel like when baby arrives, that will really kind of shift the energy of this situation. Yeah, that this looks like holding a baby, so it's almost like the repercussions, and I suppose reality really hits when you have a baby. Yeah, the situation really hits when that happens. So this was, it was two major arcanas, interestingly. Her wish, her dream. This was very kind of a one track mind, wanting to make this happen. We've seen in the past that fearful about it not happening for her. So if it didn't happen with the person she wanted, then it was option B, which was Akshay. And then this is the Judgment card coming through, which I think is what lies ahead in the future, is this kind of karmic energy and the actions, the things that we've done in the past, having to really live with them ultimately, and what that will look like. So I hope that brought you some clarity, Janavi. Yeah, it must be very difficult situation. I think feels kind of messy. So Danny baby, no, you are actually next, not Skip, so please post your question. So we have Danny baby, Lola and Aniket. So Danny baby, please post your question. You're very welcome, Janavi, as always. Sorry, just slurping here. Danny baby, ask Greg the Aries feelings for me, please. Absolutely. Let's get into this. Let's have a look at Greg's feelings. Oh, nice. He's shown up as a king, Danny. This is nice. And it's like, because it's Pentacles, this is also good because it is grounded energy, okay? So it's reliable, it's consistent, it's about being realistic in the outlook about this as well. So I think they want to work towards, for sure, like making this like a long-term thing. the King of Pentacles doesn't really mess around with, like, if they are in something. Bringing the King of Pentacles energy, it's like when they're in something, it's like they put a lot into it to make it work. Effort. Pentacles is all about hard work and effort, really. Danny says, yeah, we said that we're in it for love. He's very serious, yeah. Yeah, and the King of Pentacles is very serious, Danny, for sure they are. Oh, that's so nice. He's good to your son. Practically wise as well, like just on a sort of material money wise, this is someone who generally has their head screwed on and is practical in that way, which is good. But they're engaged in this, Danny, okay? They are look how focused they are. They're looking down at this pentacle, which I feel like represents your connection. And they are showing up in a reliable way, in a consistent way. All that good stuff, which it's so nice to see this, because obviously we love all the heavy emotion stuff of, in a way, cups and wands and stuff, but when we see pentacles, it's like someone that you can actually rely on and you can actually lean on them, and they are consistent with their energy, and like you say, they're not here to play games. So really pleased to see this for you, Danny. I know they're in Aries, which is interesting because they're very passionate and fiery, but then there's this other side to them where they are grounded, yeah? And like you say, that kind of serious character comes through here as well. Good stuff, what we like to see. Very reliable. I'm at peace with them. I'm so happy for you, for Danny, with that. Things have really changed for you in the last few months. Hey, Jean. I'm so glad to see you. I was wondering where you were. I hope you're well. The list is closed for today. I'm so sorry. I hope you can make it on Wednesday. Keep us posted, Danny. I hope you can join us again as well. So Lola, if you're here, you are next. Thanks for your patience if you are still here. Awesome. So Lola asked Joey Cameron's Leo's feelings or next actions for me. So are you in a connection, Lola? Just tell me about your bit more about the situation. You've been working, Jean. I'm glad you're well anyway. I hope you're okay. Let's have a look at Joey's energy and all next actions. Thank you, Jean. No contact situation, okay. So their energy, Lola, is stuck at the moment. So always remember, this is current energies, okay? When we see the tarot, it's energy's always changing, energy's always flowing, moving. But the minute Four of Pentacles is a stuck energy. It's a kind of a fearful energy of how to move forward with this. Can you see how this person is kind of literally rooted to the spot? Tell you what resonates with this as well. I don't know if you're feeling this too, Lola, but maybe not. So tell you what resonates. Could just, it's them and you, or could just be them. Four of Pentacles, like I say, is being, this person really needs to take a risk to shift the energy, but they're in that place where it's kind of like they've got some level of security, some level of it's almost like holding on really tight to kind of what they they do have, and not being able to take an emotional risk, not being able to kind of go for more. And really this message comes through to Spirit would encourage this person to actually kind of to achieve what you want, to get the emotional fulfillment that you want. There needs to be some more risk here. So I don't know if this was part of what went wrong in this connection in general, Lola, about what broke down this connection, is that they weren't able to open up and kind of take the risk that needed to happen. So that may have not changed, and this is still who they are. This is still kind of going to cause them blocks and challenges and problems. So this is the current read on them. Still kind of got those walls up, still got those barriers up, still kind of rooted into sort of almost set in their ways. And they need to, it's very kind of an oppressive energy that needs to be broken out of, needs to be broken down. Lola says this resonates, and God, this resonates. Yeah. And this is only they can do it, really. Finally getting sick and tired enough yet of being kind of stuck in this one place and not seeing change and needing to break out and not being able to do that. They need to kind of put a bit more on the line to get, you know, we have to put ourselves out there and risk getting hurt in order to feel love, yeah, in order to feel real connection. But they still, the read that I'm getting on them right now, Lola, they're still shut down. So hold that space for now. You can't change that for them. It can change, like I say, energy is always moving, shifting. But at the minute, know that about them, that they're still in some kind of shutdown. 6 inches of snow, Jean. Wow. Are you snowed in? So last reading we have Aniket. Please post your question, my dear. This is for you. You're very welcome, Lola. Have a blessed day yourself. Thank you. So Aniket, post your question, please. Thank you, Aniket. So, relationship between you and Manzi? Is this like a new connection made? No contact? The snowplow should be here soon. Wow. Okay, Aniket, this is for you. Manzi's thoughts for you. Ooh, romantic thoughts, Aniket, for sure. New connection. Ace of Cups. Look, this is a love offering. This is the beginning of this new connection, new experiences, new feelings. So if that is what your intuition is telling you, Aniket, that you are maybe picking up on that, okay, that this could be more, and this could be romantic for nature, this romantic by nature, this is confirmation of that, okay? So know that and let that influence your next steps, maybe how you act. This is nice though. Allow this to blossom, enjoy these new feelings that you may be experiencing as well. Yeah. Cups is all about new feelings flowing through, new experiences, the blossoming of a new connection and the potential that holds, Aniket. And then we move on to the Two of Cups, which is the deepening of that, the soulmates, etc. And we move through the different stages. And this is the very beginning, this lovely new beginning that we have. So yes, this is very clear answer, clear communication coming through for your Aniket, that Manzi's thoughts of you are romantic by nature. They would like this to go down that road and are having those kind of feelings for sure. So how exciting. So keep us posted on that, Aniket, how this develops. Oh, that is today, Jean. Trump is becoming president. Big day, big day. Wow. Well, Jean, I hope you can catch us on Wednesday. I'm going to end the live now. Thank you, everyone, for being here, bringing your questions. Wishing you love and light for the rest of the day, the rest of the evening, wherever you are. And I will see you on Wednesday, my dears.